hardest part sometimes is to start. Isn't that the truth? It could be this video, it could be waking up in the morning, it could be taking on a giant feat. The hardest part is the start. Sometimes for me, the hardest part is to even know what direction to go in the first place. So how do you know how to start if you don't even know where you're going? I wanted to make a video or a vlog, I'm going to call it, video blog on my journey, because I feel like I've been trying to write bits and pieces that come out, and writing is really great when I can get the time and space to do it and slow down, be more choosy with each word. And then there's also the fun in seeing what comes out. I will say, when I look back on some of these videos, I might critique them. I really let them go, but they'll be, instead of critiquing, sometimes I will check in and see, what my journey is telling me by the way that it comes out when I describe it. Especially when you're put on the spot. It's kind of magical to witness it. And I think that's sometimes why we might even have buyer's remorse when we have conversations with people and we go back and we think about them, because we're like, why did I say that? And then kind of getting our head in about it. And anyways, I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with that. But is it really wrong to just have things come out and check with them? And do we have to be perfectly tailored in everything we say? I mean, do we have to be that way with our whole day? Sometimes I think we have this idea that we need to, or maybe in my experience we do anyway, so maybe that's just me, but it's interesting enough just to see with the family dynamic even moving, and witnessing all of us transition through the changes, bumping up against new territory, and of course making mistakes, but the biggest thing is, I guess, honoring for us and each other that mistakes are part of the growth, and yeah, taking it all in. Sometimes I respect the idea that you kind of have to make mistakes. Maybe just don't label them as mistakes. Label them as steps, steps taken, because I can probably attest to, if I were to walk through these woods and check in with my surroundings, it's a matter of testing and walking in one direction and checking in another. Oh, that one, it's kind of boggy. And so the next time I come out into the woods, I go a little farther, but I go in a way that I know, a way that works the best for me. I kind of carve a path, and then I start to weave along that path, navigating back through, sometimes stepping off the path, checking new territory. So where am I going with all this? It's a matter of wanting to put out there the idea that authenticity is a big word thrown around a lot lately, and it's great, because I had no idea the true depths of authenticity and what that meant on an individual level until I started playing with the word itself. What is authentic? How do we know our authentic self? How do we know another's authentic self? And do we show that part all the time? And I guess the biggest answer is it's all individual. Like, the answer itself is individual, So what's authentic to me might be different for someone else. So all in all, the true definition of authentic, I guess, is original, or one of a kind, not really one of a kind, but just raw state, maybe. Before any alterations, maybe. Again, this is why I sometimes write rather than make these videos because like I said, I understand the value in using certain words and the value each word's kind of hold. But at the same time, they can hold a different meaning for different people. So that's kind of an interesting way to reflect, is that we all get to decide what the definitions mean in terms of words, experiences, and navigating. So one of the biggest things I've noticed in my journey, and I'm calling it out just in case anybody else needs to hear that kind of reflection, is it's okay to go about things and navigate and critique or label or, define in your own way. Write your own book. Make up your own story on what life is and should. I don't even like to use the word should, could be. Because that's why we're all here. My book, if it looked the same as yours, would it be very interesting? I think the whole reason we're here is to experience. And the part of free will and co-creation and all that stuff that we talk about comes from your original self making and describing and carving out a path that's meant for you. And that's what I've been aiming to do with my journey, is to stop feeling like I have to take that path that's similar to everyone else. It's so fun sometimes, I will admit, to tag along and feel like, yeah, that looks cool. But it's also okay to step off and go your own way whenever you feel like it. So, I mean, you're your own judge, aren't you? I mean, aside from the rules we have to abide by to live with each other. So I'm kind of reflecting on even what I'm just talking about right now, because this is a vlog. I mean, does it have to have a start, middle, and an end that all makes sense? No. But my ego was trying to tell me that right now. It was trying to say, hey, you don't have this all wrapped up into one nice, neat little package that you offer to people that, that has value. Yes, I love to give value, but at the same time, how do I know what value looks like to someone else? How do I know that being myself and just letting what comes out isn't enough to be of value? I'm asking myself that question right now in my head. It's going woo because, yeah, I want to be able to reach and connect to people by making these videos, and even sometimes it's for me to reflect myself. It is what it is. But at the same time, I seem to lose my authentic self a little or a lot, depending on how much I think I have to have things done a certain way. Instead, I'm going to play around, walk around, check out, explore, and carve new paths as I go along. So that's my authentic self coming out in this moment, checking in, saying, yeah, no, you know what? This can be whatever I want it to be. If you don't like it, don't watch it, because I sure will be anyways. Another weird part about making videos and sharing yourself with others is ending them. So just as hard as it is to start something, sometimes it's hard. Maybe not hard. It's not a great word either. It's difficult. I guess it's the same word, but I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes you just don't know when to end something. And isn't that true with life as well when you're walking through the woods? And the best answer I came up with is you just listen to your heart and go with the flow. And right now, I'm ready to go. Ciao.